Welcome back, YouTubers, to another Raw review of us, the British Fist.
Catching!
Mr. Parkin here, NJ sitting next to me in the purple t-shirt.
What's up?
The same colour as that Fruity Pebbles motherfucker that is John Cena. Subscribe above, like this video, and comment your thoughts on the second 3-hour edition, Raw 1001, in the comment section below.
Make sure you contact us in the link in the description box below.
Yes, and I know we keep shoving this down your throats, but make sure you follow us on Twitter as well. NJ17, Daniel_Parkin, British Fist. Indeed, for the win. So yes, this is going to be an interesting show, isn't it? The first 3-hour show without all the legends and everything on it. This will be the first 3-hour show where I guess WWE would have to fly solo in a way.
That's the thing with this show, it just show the direction that WWE are going to be able to go in with this now 3-hour Raw. And if this one didn't go down well, obviously it wouldn't give the fans the idea of what's going to come. So this was really important to them.
Yeah, and with the show going 3 hours, the main problem for me was going to be, was I going to be able to get through it? Now, we watched this show at, what, 1 AM to 4 AM in the morning. Just give me your thoughts. I'd be interested to know your thoughts in the comment section below. How easy or hard did you find it to get through this 3-hour edition of Raw? Just very interested to know and the reasons why. The show didn't get off to a very good start, did it? Because the Tron caught on fire, didn't it, before the show even started?
It's a bit of a shame, but I don't know why they just didn't take them down and get rid of them, but they just put the fire out and the show went like normal. A
great way to start the 3-hour edition. We had a video package of the 1000th Raw, and they continued to show that whole video package of the fire all through the show, didn't they? Like it was some big news story. We open up with CM Punk, as we definitely should have. He's still getting cheered, which kind of shows me that he's probably not turned heel yet, but he's kind of maybe doing a slow heel turn, maybe.
The way I see it is that straight away you saw that he did something the fans did not want to see, which was attack The Rock. So there in my mind, even if it looks like he's not turned heel, I'm seeing him as a heel already.
It will be a heel turn eventually. It's just he was getting cheered by the crowd. It's going to take a while for the crowd to sort of boo him, and WWE are going to have to get some heat on him sooner or later. He addresses what Lawler said about Punk and basically said on the mic that Rock made the show all about him and the spotlight should have been on him, and he guaranteed the spotlight was on him by the end of the show.
And that's the thing, because now CM Punk is the champion, the heel, and he's going against guys who he should have been going against a while back. Now we're getting a big feeling that the WWE Championship and CM Punk will be in the main event, and the spotlight will definitely be on him.
Out comes Big Show saying that the Raw 1000 was all about him because he cost Cena the match, and then out comes Cena to clear Show out of the ring, and AJ Lee, as sexy as hell in that business suit of hers, makes a main event of the evening. Big Show versus John Cena for the #1 contendership for the SummerSlam WWE Championship match against CM Punk.
Well, the 2 points I want to make about this is number 1, and the second point is, now we have AJ Lee trying to be the ex-Stephanie McMahon as the GM, who, by the way, I thought did it better.
Yeah, but I think AJ Lee is sexier. It's just me. What were your thoughts on this opener then? What did you think of this opener as well?
Well, starting to give CM Punk mic time once again. Him trying to cut heel promos. I'm enjoying that, but when they added the Big Show to it, yes, it set up the main event, but I'm overall not interested in the Big Show character as much as I was hoping to be.
No, I mean, I really wasn't looking forward to the main event. I don't know whether it was just me or not, but the opening segment to me kind of fell a little bit flat. I'm not sure. I might just be in the minority on that one. I don't really know. Put your thoughts in the comment section. So it gave us a main event, but to me it was slightly flat, especially as it seems like CM Punk is the main angle, and it's like I probably expected a little bit more than I probably thought I was going to get in the opener. I'll probably say that.
But I'm really glad that they've set up the #1 contendership as the main event for SummerSlam, because obviously with SummerSlam coming up, we're going to need as much as we can to hype stuff up, build stuff up, give us more matches, and this, by the end of the night, gave us that.
Indeed. Next we had Santino versus Alberto Del Rio. Del Rio had different pants, but that did not help his reaction this week, did it? Because he wasn't getting any kind of reaction. That's quite troubling when he's supposed to be the #1 contender for your second biggest belt.
And that's the thing about Alberto Del Rio. I don't know why the WWE are still giving us Del Rio, Sheamus, Del Rio, Sheamus. No one really cares about this. And when he comes to against Santino, if that's the best way they're going to get him heel heat by going against someone as entertaining as Santino and do a squash match like this, it really doesn't get us behind Del Rio any more than we already are.
It wasn't even a squash match. I mean, they had a match. They've had a couple of squash matches now, but this match was more competitive. For some reason, I do not know. So I didn't really feel this match really helped Del Rio at all. It didn't really get him too much reaction, as much as I feel WWE really need to get him, or heel heat at that matter. And then Del Rio gets on the mic afterwards saying that everyone is beneath Del Rio, and that he won't compete unless it's a world championship match. So basically, he's not going to complete until SummerSlam. And you're kind of thinking to yourself, more contractual issues for Del Rio, or is this kayfabe?
I really think that this is Del Rio still not being happy with his WWE contract, because even though he's came back again after his disappearance, he's still not getting booked as well as a guy that he was hoping to be. So I really think this is just him just not being happy, and eventually, maybe by the end of the year or after WrestleMania, I think Del Rio may be either back down to mid-card or leave.
Probably so. He had a cut-off entrance for Brodus Clay. Vicky comes out and dances for some reason, and at this point I'm thinking, oh god, this segment is really kind of going downhill. But the Saviour came out. Damien Sandow. To me, he kind of saved this segment. Talking about his embarrassment at DX, and he attacks Brodus Clay. Maybe they're going to start a feud off at some point.
Well, the way I see this is that, for you fans, answer me this. What's worse? Vicky Guerrero dancing or Big Dick Johnson's dancing? You know, there's a big horrible comparison there. Awfulness there. Now this match, Sandow coming down. Yes, as much as I liked it and all, I really want to see him actually going in a better direction. That's why I wanted probably Del Rio against someone else, and then had Damien Sandow attacking Santino, building up a US title feud for SummerSlam. This match, yes, it saved it, attacking Brodus Clay, gives him a feud, gives Brodus Clay a feud, but I just don't think it's the best thing they could have gave Damien.
No, I think Damien Sandow would have been a lot better suited to that US Championship, especially the interaction between him and Santino, but I guess Brodus Clay Sandow is now a feud, putting two young guys up against each other in a feud. I guess it could work, who really knows, we'll have to see. I just want to ask a question as well. We're going to talk about Sheamus in a minute. Do any of you guys feel that Del Rio can actually beat Sheamus? Put your thoughts in the comment section below, because I sure as hell don't. And I know you sure as hell don't either, based on his booking.
Well, the two things is, we've seen Sheamus and Del Rio before, and Del Rio's obviously not gone anywhere with it. This next match is definitely going to prove why I don't think that Del Rio has much of a chance.
Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus in what the fans voted for, a street fight, even though Falls Count Anywhere and the other match were pretty much exactly the same. But yeah, there we go. That's WWE for you. Yeah, and Bryan comes out at the beginning and he wants people to stop saying yes. So instead they chanted, no, 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 no. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, for some reason he's trying to claim the yes as his own, but it's gone far past that now, because every single person who's came up in the ring against has stole it off him.
Pretty much, that is the case. AJ Lee, Sheamus, even Del Rio with C. I mean, this was a good street fight. It got about 14 minutes, so it got a good amount of time. And with 3 hours now, you'd expect the matches to get a longer length of time. And at one point in the match, it actually did seem like Daniel Bryan was actually sort of managing to get one up on Sheamus. And then we go to the break, and Michael Cole says, oh, I wonder if Sheamus is going to come back. And I'm thinking to myself, well, of course he's going to come back. He's Sheamus, and he wins clean, like we all knew he would.
The thing about this is the WWE over the years became very stage-friendly, because you've seen how close the stage is to the bottom now. It's not that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Now this match, again, a perfect time to have had... We had Del Rio,
yes.
We could have had Orton return here and gone against Daniel Bryan at pay-per-view, but we'll get to that later. Or just a interruption by She on Titan. Either way, I could have added either 3 of those to this. Instead, surprise, surprise, which fans, I knew you had your prediction behind, Sheamus wins.
It was a good match. Don't get me wrong, it was a good match. But notice how much Sheamus no-sold any kind of kendo stick shot. And I don't understand why Sheamus always has to win clean. Why don't you try and get some heel heat on the heel like Del Rio? Have him come out and cost Sheamus the match. Why are WWE always content to book Sheamus to win clean all the time? It just, how are you supposed to get heat on any kind of heel when he's winning every damn match clean all the freaking time?
And over time, especially now and going on, until Sheamus loses the belt, I think a lot of fans are really going to lose interest in Sheamus and really go off him.
And it's the strong booking that does it, really, sadly, unfortunately. So Sheamus gets the victory here. No signing of Del Rio. Don't know why. Might as well have brought him in. You're trying to cement a feud between those two. And then you have the post-match stuff with Daniel Bryan, saying that he won't be getting out of the ring. Then you have Kofi and Truth coming down, and Daniel Bryan attacks little Jimmy. Daniel Bryan goes skits, and then the men in white coats come to take Daniel Bryan away. Come with me, sir. Come with me. You're a bit insane today, sir, I'm afraid. What do you think of this?
Okay, number one, Bryan. Never kick him again. How dare you, little Jimmy? Did you see? He went flying. Then outruns Kofi Kingston and R-Truth to be by his side. No. The other thing is, these men in white suits, yes, you thought they were his best men for the wedding, but they ended up being these, taken to the hospital, checking themselves. And I really thought this was stupid. Yes, they said they're not for R-Truth, they're for you, blah, blah, blah. I just thought this was a joke. What a horrible story thing this is going on now.
Do you know what? A lot of people are going to moan about this, and I can understand why, but let's face it, guys. It's getting Daniel Bryan on TV in a consistent basis, and it is actually... Hell, further down the line, we get this segment between him and Kane. Kane is now Daniel Bryan's anger management therapist, which, if you pick apart, is the rapist. And you have you're probably going to get Daniel Bryan versus Kane at SummerSlam, I guess, maybe.
The thing about this is, in funny somewhere, yes, they had a weird way of building it up, like goat face pictures, very funny. Oh. Then all of a sudden, the lights go red, Kane comes in, knocks him out, and I'm really thinking that this is the way they're going to go in. Yeah. But the way that Daniel Bryan's being booked, I wouldn't be surprised if Kane got the win, but I think somehow it's going to swerve around back to Bryan.
And maybe they'll have Charlie Sheen involved, who really knows. At least I guess they got a feud for Daniel Bryan, possibly at SummerSlam. We thought they might have him in a feud with Sheen, which I didn't have a problem with, but a lot of people did. But yeah, Mr. McMahon is going to announce the new GM on SmackDown on the next show. Teddy Long, probably.
I think it'd be hopefully more of a surprise than that.
I hope so too, NJ. At least it'll give us a reason to tune into SmackDown. So yeah, after that we got Kofi versus Titus O'Neil. I guess to promote the tag team feud they're going to have a SummerSlam. Primetime Players versus Kofi and Truth.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Dan, that's what we're going to get at SummerSlam. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're getting.
I love the fact that AEW referenced Kobe Bryant.
He did! Yes, he did, Dan! Yes, he did!
The AEW distraction gives the heels a win, and I'm like, yay, the heels go over. Automatic win.
Yes, the heels got a win, Dan! Yes, they did!
But still a very mediocre tag team segment.
Pretty much it was, Dan! Yes, it was!
Yeah, and after that we get Heath Slater in the ring, and fuck Heath Slater. This segment was all about pretty much one person, wasn't it, MJ? Indeed, it was all about Randy Orton. And my question to you guys out there is, did you even realise Randy Orton's gone? Because I didn't really until they came out tonight.
Well, the way that the WWE has been slipping up recently with the loss of certain wrestlers, I've noticed that things were going bad without Orton being there, because he is a star that WWE could use if they needed to in the main event scene to fill up places, instead of giving us Del Rio and Sheamus, blah, blah, blah. But the fact that Orton's back, oh my gosh, Shane didn't punt Slater, but this was a very good return, even though there's still no direction of what he's going to do at SummerSlam. Not yet.
Yes, another Orton return. Great. After that, we have a tag team match. Christian and Jericho tagging for the first time since 2004 against the team of Miz and Ziggler. Miz Ziggler. I guess we could call that. That would be a great tag team name for them, wasn't it? This is promoting two feuds, Christian versus Miz, which we imagine will be at SummerSlam for the IC title, and Jericho and Ziggler, which is a feud which we think can do very well for the Money in the Bank winner Dolph Ziggler. He needs to have some kind of big feud, and this was a pretty good match and a good segment, I thought.
Yeah, it went up pretty well. You expect from some of the wrestlers in the ring, especially when you can miss a Fameasser.
Yeah, indeed. Del Rio, sorry. I'm used to saying Del Rio botching, but Dolph Ziggler botched, unfortunately. He missed the Fameasser, and yeah, all you guys out there that think Dolph Ziggler's a main eventer, can't even do a Fameasser. Let's just bring Billy Gunn in and make him a main eventer, shall we? Yeah. So I think this segment was good in the sense that you had Christian give the thumb to the eyes of the Miz to allow Jericho to get the win. And even though the faces get the win, you have Dolph hitting Jericho, who didn't have to do the job, from behind with the briefcase. So I thought that was a good way of promoting both these two feuds going into SummerSlam, which I both think are pretty decent feuds.
It was nicely done. Yes, it went down in a way that we thought was going to happen, but we get the good win from the face.
Yeah, the faces. Jericho got the victory with a code breaker. Tensai versus Tyson Kidd. The extra hour was used to put Tensai versus Tyson Kidd, which no one really gave a shit about.
The thing is, it gave Tensai a win, which I still think the WWE is still being a bit stupid by thinking Tensai could still be a possible main eventer, but I would have used this time, because the thing is, you got 3 hours and you had no divas. I know they're not that important, but I think they may be a bit more important in this match.
Well, the referee reversed the decision, so Tyson Kidd won. No one cared. The amount of reaction that got was pretty much what you just heard of us in the last, 10 seconds or so. And how many video packages did they play, and how many times tonight? They played the 1,000 Raw video package, the Triple H Lesnar video package, they played the Fire video package, the CM Punk opening video package. It seemed like a lot of the extra time went to giving video packages more time than there really should have been tonight, and that annoyed the piss out of me. After seeing a video package 5 times, I'm sorry, I just don't want to see it again.
Sadly, they could have probably fit in one more match instead of all these video packages and probably that Tyson and Tensai. But this main event got a bit of time to it, but with what it was given, I think it could have done a shorter time.
Are you talking about Big Show John Cena?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the match which no one wanted to see, guys. You know who wasn't on tonight's show? You guessed right. Mr. Parkin's one own Cody Rhodes. He was on Superstars for some strange reason. Who really knows? But let's get on to the main event. Big Show versus John Cena, the match which no one wanted to see again. You had CM Punk on commentary, which I guess was kind of a saving grace, even though the match was kind of...
Yeah, it had the still back and forth thing between Punk and Lawler saying, oh, you're trying to swerve on whose side I'm going to be on. This match, it went interesting up to the bit where Big Show threw Cena into CM Punk, and that led to, obviously, the wrapped-up ending.
It was a boring match. I just... With there being 3 hours, I'm sorry, but matches like these, I just cannot get through. But the match itself basically got to a point where we didn't have a clean finish. We had CM Punk coming in, causing a DQ after Big Show, like you said, launched Cena into Punk on the commentary desk. And so Punk basically says, and the winner of the match is no one, because they're both losers.
The thing about that is that really, when I heard that, I thought CM Punk, you go on mic for the very end of Raw, and the best you come up with is losers.
Yeah. That's kind of a babyface Punk written all over it, isn't it?
All the vocabulary you come up with and words to describe this match and those two losers. Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. Really? Indeed. And do you know what? It's funny how CM Punk comes around talking about how he wants to be the spotlight of the show. When at the end of the show, we finish the show with AJ announcing a triple threat match for SummerSlam between CM Punk, John Cena, and Big Show for the WWE Championship. So even though CM Punk is apparently this big angle and the biggest thing on Raw right now, AJ Lee is still ending the show.
Well, the thing about this is that, yes, you're going to say, why is Big Show heading towards SummerSlam? But I'm hoping, fingers crossed, this is going to continue a stupid, boring feud between Cena and Big Show, just so CM Punk can be open for The Rock.
Oh, a Royal Rumble. They'll probably have Cena and Punk face off at Night of Champions or something. This is just pretty much a filler match to get to that, in my opinion. But yeah, so the second sort of big match of SummerSlam is announced already. I just didn't think this main event match was very interesting.
No, but you can't do this to me, Dan. I'm the WWE champion. You can't do this to me. No, I demand respect. Can't do this to me.
You're the 3/4 of the British fist. Is that right, NJ?
I demand more respect. I demand more respect.
I could possibly respect you if this Raw was actually entertaining, which it really wasn't to me, with it being 3 hours. Your overall thoughts on this show?
I think for a 3-hour Raw, I wasn't overly bored. The main event bored me a lot, but overall, I thought they built the time pretty well. Yes, the last hour they filled in a bit of stuff they didn't really need to, but overall, it didn't make me think, oh, these 3-hour Raws are going to be terrible. I'm pretty satisfied with this.
I'm not looking forward to 3-hour Raws, NJ. I've got to be honest with you. Buddy. This Raw, it started off okay. Don't get me wrong, it started off okay, but then after the first hour, to me, my interest just went from kind of like here to kind of like here. And they had all these video package and filler stuff, which really you could have just fit most of this important stuff on a 2-hour show. And it seems like they don't really have any extra content for a 3-hour show, and that is just my opinion. Really, I don't know, 3 hours. When I'm up from 1 till 4 in the morning, I just cannot get through 3 hours, NJ. I've got work, and I just can't do it. It's just, I can't do it. I just can't do it. It's hard for me. But anyway, give us your thoughts on Raw down in the comment section below. He thought it was a good show. I didn't think it was a very good show. I'm not a massive fan of the 3 hours, so it'd be interesting to see whose side you guys are on in the comment section down below. And I'll hand you over to NJ now, who's going to give us an outro for the first proper 3-hour show for WWE since all the legends and everything have now disappeared out of sight. Better than Ricky Guerrero.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Now, people, thank you very much for tuning to this video. Now, all I'll say is thank you very much from Mr. Parkin and me, NJ. Till next time, YouTubers. Goodbye.